Hello everyone and welcome to the Tuesday Night Truck League. I am your host Noah Walter here at Eldora. We're here with the TNT Dirt Derby joining in about mid-season to go to attend our first race here on twitch.tv/forkloak to see how this amazing race is going to play out here tonight. Honestly, I'm excited to see what all these kind of guys can do here at a tricky track with the trucks like Eldora. So, without further ado, let's head on into the session and see how everybody's doing. We pop in right now. This is during practice and there's not too much going on for the moment. You can take a look at your current standings in just a moment. Currently, it is Sean Howell leading the practice session with a time of a 37.826. Honestly, what a lap. That is quick, especially with the trucks around Eldora. In second place, that goes to Jeremy Jones, and then in third place is Ellis Wells. Honestly, it is really good to see a lot of these guys actually able to succeed at a very tricky track, such as this one. Let's see the number 38 machine right there. So, without too much time left, about 5 minutes, we'll be heading into our qualifying session. But before we do that, we're going to bring up a good friend of mine that I like to pick on a lot, Jesse Atkinson. And we're going to get his take so far here at Eldora and how he's feeling about this race coming up as he just gets into a collision here on the circuit. Let's bring him up. Jesse, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, I can hear you somewhat.
What does that mean?
Truck loud.
Okay. Well, honestly, I gotta ask, how are you feeling about tonight's race?
These trucks do not belong on dirt, but I think I'm quick, I don't know.
I mean, you're currently running in 7th position, which is leading up your practice session.
Yeah, that was obviously when the track wasn't like this. I was before when the track wasn't this slick, or we were all running the high side, getting I think 18.1s or 18s, and now right now I'm getting like 19.2s. And apparently everybody else is getting like 20s, so I'm feeling confident, we'll say.
Well, as our resident dirt racer, I'd expect you to, figuring as you are the person that kind of runs this track specifically, but more or less dirt racing as a whole more than anyone.
Yeah, this should not be classified as dirt racing. These should not be here at all. But, you know, I guess, I don't know. Guess they're here, so.
I find it interesting that everyone's struggling to keep these things around here, especially how we saw the success at Bristol Dirt with these trucks.
I did not pick up a single word you said.
Bristol Dirt was okay in the trucks. Why are they not good here?
Bristol Dirt banking. This track does not have a lot of banking. Bristol has a lot more banking, and it allows the trucks to turn easier, especially on the low side here. There's like no banking, and these trucks do not like to turn. That's for sure.
Well, my last question for you before we head in is, who is your pick to win tonight other than yourself?
Glenda.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yes.
So, just yourself. Well, Glenda.
No, Glenda.
Glenda, gotcha, okay.
Yes.
In the Barbie machine. All right, Jesse, thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure we'll be speaking to you a little bit later.
Yeah, we can hope that.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that was the 127 of Jesse Atkinson in his Barbie machine with the 127. Honestly, Jesse is he's a guy. You can't diss him for that is for sure. He's quite good out here on the dirt as he's trying to survive right now. Currently in the practice session, I don't blame him. Not too much time left to go here in our practice session, about 3 minutes until we head into qualifying. So, tonight's race schedule is going to be essentially running like this. We're going to start off with our practice session, which will be finishing up, and as I about said, in 3 minutes. Then, we're going to be moving on to a short 5-minute qualifying, which is going to be single car. If you qualify on the odd side of the grid, which is 1, 3, 5, continued, you're going to be in the Heat 1. Then, if you qualify in the even, 2, 4, 6, you qualify off in the second heat. These heat races are going to be separate, and then everyone is going to come back together based on their finishing orders, and, well, we're going to see just how it turns out here at Eldora for our final race, which is going to be a 50-lap stint on this very hard-to-drive dirt track. Honestly, I'm excited, and please, if you're watching, make sure you pick your person to win here tonight here at Eldora with the Tuesday Night Truck League. I am excited because I think this dirt derby is going to go great. Well, in the meantime, with just a little bit of time left to go, I'm going to open up the session back up so you guys can see what's going on, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thank you very much for the follow, Jeremy Jones. All right, only about a minute left here in the session. Honestly, it's a bit tense just waiting for all of this to end. I want to see, just if, in case anyone is able to get a bit faster of a lap, but I don't think so looking at the wear on the track. That is the thing we're going to have to keep an eye on here tonight, is how is that cushion going to sit. A lot of these guys are going to pick up that high line. Oh, it looks like they're trying to practice pit entries right now. That is a good idea. There's a stage at lap 25 in our main, so it is expected that these guys are going to want to practice that pit entry in. There's our most recent follower there in the number 81, Jeremy Jones. Thank you very much for being here, Jeremy. I do appreciate it. Let's see who's out on track. There it is. That's Brett Murphy, leader of this league, actually. All right, there it is. That is the end of our practice session. It is exciting, as now we get to move on to the interesting part, qualifying. And this is before our race starts, so make sure that you tune in for the race, which will be in about maybe 15 minutes-ish, somewhere in that time range. That's when the main event shall be starting-ish. All right, so taking a look at the qualifying setup so far, it looks like nobody's currently on track yet. We'll keep an eye on that so we can get the best views possible. Imagine right now they're going through their pre-race, which is quite common. It's good to make sure you always have your pre-race to go over rules and anything else you need to. Single car qualifying. These are not group qualifying sessions here at Eldora, which is going to help keep the track clean and is going to allow everyone to actually set in a good lap time. Alright, actually it looks like people are qualifying. It's just not giving me the opportunity to look. Fantastic. Alright. I imagine this comes from getting all this stuff set up a little bit later, which meant I joined in as a actual racer and not a spectator. That'd be why. Okay, anyway. That's alright. Currently, it looks like Alex Fox is holding the fastest lap with a 17.79. Wow. Jesse Atkinson comes in second so far with a 18.004. These guys are moving and they want to show it. That is for sure. You can open up our session here and you can keep an eye on who is getting the fastest times currently. That'll be in your bottom right hand corner. You can see that Alex Fox is currently holding it. And I believe if I bring up the qualifying session, there you go. You can actually see everybody up there. Beautiful. Jeremy Jones up in third position, running an 18.022. Very quick. All right. Sean Howell, who led your practice session, is currently running with an 18.23. Honestly, Eldora is such an interesting track over in Rossburg, Ohio. It is a very tricky half-mile dirt track The banking, as Jesse was saying, was quite low, and it is gradient banking. So at the very bottom of the turns, there's essentially none, and at the very top, that's where it all is, which means everyone wants to ride the top. However, it's tricky. The cars feel like ice on here. I don't believe they have the newest tire model for dirt on there. So I believe that it might be part of the reason why they are struggling. We'll see how it continues, though, here at Eldora. Currently, we got 11 cars that have qualified. We'll see how that number increases, as there are still a couple of guys that need to qualify, or they will be starting at the rear. There we go, got a little bit more in. Looks like Alex Fox's time is not going to be thwarted so far, as currently his main rival, Jesse Atkinson, was only able to score a 18.004 as his best lap. We still got a minute and 30 left of qualifying, so we'll see if that changes before we head into the first heat. Keep in mind that the way that these heats work is that if it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all those positions that are odd will be heading over to heat number 1. So it looks like Alex Fox will be starting in heat number 1 along with Jeremy Jones, Brett Murphy, and Clint Spillman so far. Only 2 cars left that are in the session and not qualified when we have 50 seconds left to go. So we'll return back when everyone is done qualifying, and I'll see you guys then. All right, let's take a look and run through your qualifying order here. I don't believe with the way how it's going to work. I'm going to get my nice qualifying grid thing open. So, Alex Fox is on pole with Jesse Atkinson not far behind in second position. Jeremy Jones in third, Sean Howell fourth. Brett Murphy ends up fifth, Ben McDonald sixth, Clint Spillman seventh, Ellis Wells eighth, Brett Taylor ninth. Matthew Oliviera goes 10th. Nope, that's... I haven't memorized all the names yet. Stanley gets 11th. 12th goes to... I believe it's Eric Muma, and then Lucas Strayer rounds out in 13th. Gotta remember these. Thank you very much for the follow, Just Raves. I appreciate it. Alright, we're going to go into our first race session here, and let's bring up all of our stuff. All right, so we are here at Eldora with our heat number 1. Alex Fox there in the number 31 is going to be starting on pole position here with Sean Howell on his outside, Clint Spillman behind Alex there, and Matthew Oliviera starting 4th. 5th position goes to Lucas Strayer, and 6th, and bringing up the rear of the field, is Chris Sawyer. 6 cars here to battle out in a 10-lap shootout to get your inside lane positions. Honestly, I am excited to see how they're going to do it here at Eldora, and how well they're going to hold it up. Heat number 1 here at Eldora, about to begin in just a moment as your pace truck from iRacing is about to pull off. Or maybe just another lap. Yes, one more lap. Okay. A little bit early there. Good chance to look through our car so you can see Alex Fox there with his number 31 Good Wrench. Got Sean Howell, who led practice with his number 38. I'm not quite sure what paint that is. I got to look at these paints a little bit closer later on. Then we have a GameStop from Clint Spillman, 57. It's Feeding America, nice. Lucas Strayer in his car, and a golf paint scheme, nice throwback there. with Chris Sawyer as we are green flag here at Eldora, and we are off to a fantastic start going through turn number 1. And now exiting 2, we see that high lane is already working. That is a very dominant lead already out of the number 38 of Sean Howell. Looks like the number 80 has a contact there between him and, I believe that's 57, yes. Alex Fox now continuing to run in second position. Thank you very much for the follow, Mitchell. I appreciate it. Clint Spillman now running in third, holding off Matthew Oliveira, and Lucas Strayer and Chris Sawyer bring up the rear of the field. This is going to be a 1-2 battle right now from what we are seeing. That's Sean Howell and Alex Fox. Alex trying to dive down, see if he can make something happen. You can see that bit more of an angle that he's taking, trying to make that bit of a difference. Maybe it will help him in the end. We'll just have to see. Looks like a little bit slower there out of Sean Howell as he goes down just a little bit further. And I don't believe that's going to help him very much as we're now in lap number 4 here at Eldora. A bit of collision with the wall there out of Alex, though. That is something they're going to have to watch. We saw a lot in practice. A lot of these guys just hitting the wall, and it was not helpful for them at all. I don't think I can say that on stream, but thank you for following. Alex once again trying to ride that wall. See, he has damage though. He's going to have to keep that in check if he wants to remain competitive, especially throughout the race. This is a good practice time to make sure he can stay off that wall. Ooh, big collision there. That is going to give time of Clint Spillman, who also ran the wall. That is not good for these guys. As you can see, Matthew Oliveira now riding down. I think he's going to be able to get the pass done. If he's not able to this corner, it might be the next if he's able to keep it down low and not ride that wall. Very high angle there out of Lucas Strayer. I think he's struggling for grip and trying to get a good angle, but it is not turning out in his favor, and it looks like Chris Sawyer is just struggling in the rear of the field. Sean Howell continues to lead here at Eldora with heat number 1 of 2, and it looks like Alex Fox is trying to dive down once again to see if he can ride that bottom line and make a difference. Only 3 laps to go here at Eldora for heat number 1. Alex Fox in second position, who started on pole in qualifying, and Sean Howell in second, who started on second position, is now up into your lead. Make sure you give your pick of who you think is going to actually win the main feature. I am excited to see who's actually going to be able to do it, as more collisions in the wall with Alex Fox. He's going to have to keep off that wall if he wants to remain competitive in this race so far. You can see that he's able to build up a lot of speed and catch up to Sean quite well. But that wall riding is not going to help him any. Controlling that truck angle is going to be very important as they run through these corners, as too wide is just going to make things much more difficult. As we're about to enter, here we go. And your finishing orders for heat number 1. Sean Howell wins heat number 1 with Alex Fox in second, Clint Spillman in third, Matthew Oliveira spinning across there in the number 57 in fourth, Lucas Strayer finishes 5th in the number 41, and Chris Sawyer finishing up now with his, I believe that's actually a McLaren version of that paint, bringing up 6th. All right, we have your next 5 cars here. Jesse Atkinson starting on pole for this race. Now, before we get started, we're going to bring up your previous race winner, Sean Howell. Give me a second. It's a little bit difficult. They have a lot of voice channels in here, and it's kind of difficult to bring them up. Sean, just open the booth. Do you read me?
Copy, I got you.
Well, you just won the first heat. How are you feeling?
It was good. We got a good run on the high side there to start the race, and I was able to get to the lead and just hang on there.
Well, it clearly worked out in your favor. How excited are you being to be starting on pole now for the main feature?
I'm going to be starting on the inside, so I'm not too excited about that. I would rather be second, to be honest, there. Start on the outside, get that grip on the high side while we have it. But we'll see how it runs out. Hopefully just get a good start and get out front.
Makes a lot of sense. It seems like you still have a decent amount of confidence, though. I mean, especially after that performance you just put on with heat number 1.
Yeah, fast truck, so we just got to hope we keep up with the track here and hope we keep some grip in the track.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck in the main feature.
Copy, thank you.
All right, that was Sean Howell, the number 38, who just won your first feature, as we're now about to begin your second feature as we go down the backstretch here at Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. about to begin with Jesse Atkinson starting up front with Brett Murphy, league leader on the outside. Ellis Wells is going to be in the third position inside lane, and Derek Stanley is on his outside. Kevin Carter bringing up the rear in the number 70 Best Water Technology Ford F-150. Jesse Atkinson off to a really strong start already, just pulling away from the field. Looks like Brett Murphy is able to clear Ellis out and has got himself a solid second place position. Bit of a battle though here between Derek Stanley and Kevin Carter. So neither one of them really sliding their trucks right now. This is for the outside lane position, so you're actually going to want to fight this one pretty decently. Derek Stanley is going to take it away from Kevin Carter for right now. Yep, he's got a decent hold of it now. He's actually able to stay ahead. You can see that his approach here is to slide the truck as little as possible, which is an interesting way to go. That is for sure. We jump up ahead, miles ahead at this point, already essentially 2 seconds ahead of Brett Murphy, his closest competition, Jesse Atkinson, driving away with this thing. You can see that it already has a stellar lap time of 17.6. Wow, that is a lap. Honestly, it is impressive to see this kind of stuff here, especially at Eldora, with how slippery the track is and how difficult it is to drive. Only Jesse had that lap time over in his practice session. I feel like he might be feeling a little bit better, but he's got this outside lane position almost in the bag as we head down now into turn number 3. Oh, turn 2. So these turns look exactly the same here at Eldora. Change up the camera a little bit there so we can see something a little bit more different. That Barbie machine is destroying the field already. Brett Murphy, second position, is now going to be under threat from Ellis Wells in the number 51, which looks like he just barely passed tech inspection and only was able to do so by covering up his 7 with a 1. He's got a good third place spot though, so he's going to want to keep this position well, and maybe, just maybe, he can get by Brett. If he makes another mistake like that, that's a big dive down out of Brett Murphy as we head into lap number 8 here at Eldora. 7 actually. That's how late it is. I thought we were heading to 8. Wow, Jesse is flying away. 4-second gap. Now with Ellis Wells currently running in that third place position here, he's going to have a decent start, so he's not going to want to get that up too easy. I hear some collision. It looks like some crashing into the wall there out of Derek Stanley, I believe, as I see a bit of damage there on the right side of his truck. And it looks like Jesse's truck is still completely fine, so it wasn't him that crashed. That's something I want to keep an eye on, though, is that damage, crashing just a little bit too much, is going to slow you down. Finish up your last 2 laps here at the Tuesday Night Truck League Dirt Derby here at Eldora Speedway with Brett Murphy in second position and Jesse Atkinson leading by almost 5 seconds. As we're now on the last lap, we'll follow along with Jesse as he comes around turns 3 and 4 to complete it. See him riding that high line. It's clearly working out very well for him. Comes down a little bit more, and there it is. Jesse Atkinson wins the second heat at Eldora. Good showing out of him as we're now going to be moving into the main feature event. I don't know about you, but I am very excited to see how everyone is going to be able to handle this tricky track now that all the cars are all on track together. It is going to be a shocking race event. Oh, looks like I am wrong here. We have one more heat. Okay. Uh-oh. This is going to be interesting. All right. Jeremy Jones leads this heat as we're now looking into the field. Ben Mcdonald will be starting in second position. Apparently, I'm in this race, but I'm not. So I believe we're going to have to sit here for a minute as my name gets essentially eliminated as we have 4 cars on track. All right, in this time, we're going to bring up Jesse Atkinson, who is able to get that winning position here for heat number 2. Jesse, you already said that I was going to bring you up back in the booth earlier, and you got it. You just won the second heat. How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah, well, you kind of interrupted me. I was talking to Kevin about the new tire model, but
Apologies. My apologies.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little bit more confident, at least fresh track-wise, that I'm pretty quick.
Well, looking at the lap time you put on there, what was that? 17.6? That is blistering.
I don't even know. I every time I do races, I typically have all my relatives and all that close. So I really had no idea what I was hitting. I just know I was ripping that top as hard as I could.
Well, it clearly worked out in your favor, and you got yourself a win, and you're now going to be starting on the outside lane here at the main feature. Are you excited to do that?
Yeah, I was a little bit worried coming into the heat because the outside line was definitely, or at least position number 2 was definitely the preferred starting position since, outside's quite dominant right now. And I think that since I'm going to be starting in second, that's obviously the outside, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Jesse, I'm sure I'll be talking to you once again a little bit later, so thank you very much for your time, and good luck in the main heat.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was Jesse Atkinson. So now back into the race once more. We're green flag here at Eldora to finish up heat number 3 of 3 here at Eldora. Honestly, I'm excited to see how it goes right now. It looks like Jeremy Jones off to a fantastic nice. Fantastic start here at Eldora now as he's leading Ben Mcdonald and... Give me a moment. My apologies. My stuff just went away. There we go. And Brett Taylor. Mitchell Muma currently keeping up the rear of the field right there in his number 30 machine. Ben Mcdonald, someone I have raced with before and can be quite aggressive and very quick here at dirt tracks, is currently falling behind just a little bit to Jeremy Jones, who is currently dominating in his Toyota Tundra Auto Owners machine. Well, Jeremy, I know you picked yourself here in the chat, so I think you have a decent competition ahead of you going into the main heats, but clearly, right now, you are dominating this heat, so you're doing something right, that's for sure. At number 16 to Ben Mcdonald, looking quite interested to see if he can do anything to try to catch up, but it looks like right now, he's doing pretty well, at least keeping pace. Same with Brett Taylor, who's been able to keep pace so far over in his Silverado. The ground turns 3 and 4 now. That number 81 machine looking like it's struggling a little bit more for grip than we saw earlier as we cross the start-finish line to go into lap number 6 of 10. Only 4 cars out on the track. There's not too much to talk about here because there's only 4 of them, although I do hear some collision back there, and I think that was Brett Taylor who hit the wall there. Yep, you can see his rear end spiked up just a little bit more than the other cars, so that would be... You can see that entry slot that we just saw there before the camera changed. How it is allowing the rear end of these things to kick out in turn number 1, which is going to make things either a lot easier or a lot more difficult depending on who you are behind the wheel of these high horsepower trucks at this very slippery dirt track. Alright, lap number 9 of 10, 2 to go. Here at Eldora for the final heat. Honestly, it is very cool to see what can be done with these trucks. Ben Mcdonald is currently in second position, hoping to hunt down. He's closed up that gap, that is for sure. You can see him closer than ever, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get it here on the white flag lap of the final heat, heat number 3 in Rossford, Ohio. Ben Mcdonald cutting down low, hoping to make a move. You can see how close he's getting. Bit of a skim of the wall out of Jeremy Jones. It's going to be a race to the finish, and it goes to Jeremy. All right, that is going to be your final heat here at Eldora, and it goes to Jeremy Jones, Ben Mcdonald second, Brett Taylor third, and Mitchell Muma finishes fourth with a heavily damaged truck. All right, that was fun. That was for sure. But now we have a 50-lap shootout here for the main event. Quickly, let's bring up Jeremy Jones, if I can find him. There he is. Like I said, a lot of voice channels in here, so it can be a little bit tricky to navigate. Jeremy, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, you just won the third heat. How are you feeling?
Kind of nervous because I'm not a dirt guy.
Well, looks like your heat just completely proved otherwise, as you were able to put on a fantastic show.
Yeah, I've been practicing over the week since our last race at the Roval, and I got somewhat confident in it. I'm still figuring the dirt thing out. Other than that, I mean, it's just taking a lot of practice and knowing where to go.
Well, I think so far you've been doing okay, and I think that so far in this race you have a good shot as you're starting on the inside row, only the second row back.
Yeah, I just need to get up to that top lane, and then when the track starts to get slick over, then it's going to be a free-for-all because it's going to get hectic. A lot of people can't control their cars, and I'm one of them because, like I said, I don't do dirt that much. I dabbled in like 305 sprints and some late models and some modifieds, but it's just all new to me.
I gotcha. It makes a lot of sense. It can definitely be something that's a bit foreign and difficult to get into. To ease your mind a little bit, just in case, I'm going to have to wish you good luck. And just in case I don't speak to you again a little bit later tonight, is there anyone you want to thank over at home?
I mean, I got my teammates, Mitch and Derek and Chris, and then my dirt crew that I asked for advice. I'm part of Team Sub-Zero, and they were in here, but they've got other leagues that actually pay money, and it's just, I just want to thank them for giving me all the advice that I need.
All right, well, thank you very much, and good luck in this race.
Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, that was Jeremy Jones, who just won your...
Many rule on the high side.
I just moved myself in the wrong chat. Hi, guys. There we go. Yeah, that happens sometimes. All right, there we go. Continue on here at Eldora. It looks like Jesse Atkinson is out to an early lead of over a second already against Sean Howell, who won the first heat. What a gap he's already created. Honestly, I'm not surprised that it's Jesse already leading this thing. He is able to move like no one else on these dirt tracks, apparently, in that barbing machine. All right, it is going to be lap number 25 that these guys come in to do their their stage. So we're going to see how that goes. Ben Mcdonald into the wall there. I don't think that was quite his intention. That is what happened. You can see that huge field of cars looking back, almost going 3 wide there, going down the backstretch. That is quite a way to race, that is for sure. As the 51 and the 57 are pretty evenly matched through some of the corners there, but it looks like Matthew Rivera is edging out L as well, just a bit as he goes into the wall, though. Something that we're going to be seeing a lot of is cars in the wall. Kevin Carter now diving on the inside here of Lucas Strayer, hoping to get that position. We can see just how dominant that outside line is as they just barely touch, but they're able to survive it through okay. Jesse Atkinson continuing to dominate here at Eldora as we watch now as a lot of these trucks continue to go by and see what a race this is. Winner of the last heat, Jeremy Jones right now. He is currently in 6th position. He's got to ride that high line if he wants to do even better. He's got Brett Taylor, though, right now knocking on his rear bumper, hoping to see if he can get through. He's now that 57, trying to take a little bit more of an interesting line to see if he can wear it in a little bit, and see if he can make him just that little bit quicker that he needs to overtake some more drivers. Now switches up the high line, and that's Ellis Wells now on the inside. Collision there between the 51 and the 57. Once again, we've seen that before. I'm excited to see how they're going to be able to handle this as they go just a tad second there, 3 wide now as they go down the backstretch. Jesse Atkinson continues to dominate this race so far with a 3-second gap already to the Sean Howell behind him, number 38 machine. That is quite a gap. And he already has a decent sizable gap now against him and Ben Mcdonald, who finished second. Alex Fox there. Another guy that finished second is currently hoping to put a big threat in the way as he currently rides in 4th position. Brett Murphy, leader of the league right now, running in 5th position in that number 64. One of the things a lot of these guys have not talked about so far is how to control the slide here at this track. If you go too far in terms of angle, you're going to go way slower, but if you don't do enough angle, you're just going to end up essentially stalling out on that high line. That is a difficult thing to manage, and not switching it up too much is a way to keep speed here. Here are a lot more collisions there. I believe that's the 57. A lot of these guys, especially those getting into the wall. You know, that's something you got to understand here with these trucks, is they're so hard to drive there. As we see, Jeremy Jones getting into the wall with his rear once more. Good to see you out in the track, Dave. In the chat, sorry. Eldora is absolutely fun. Check us, there's a car around there. I believe that's Alex Fox around as the caution comes out here at Eldora for the first time on lap number 13 of 50. Not too long until we go into our stage break on lap number 25. This is going to be a shorter race. We had a lot more time devoted to practice and a lot more time devoted to our heats. In a second, we'll go take a look and see what happened and caused that caution. Just a moment here, and we'll get back into our racing action as soon as I take a look to see where this big spin was. It was a spin, I believe, out of Alex Fox. I just got to find it out on track. It is a bit difficult to see what happens here. All right, I believe I have it right here. We'll open up the session right here, and you can take a look. So we're currently following along with Alex Fox right there in the number 31. It looks like he tries to ride that bottom lane and just maybe loses it, or is it not this lap? Apparently not this lap. Alrighty. Very cool. Alrighty, but from what I understand, it was Alex Fox that ended up spinning on one of the laps here. It is just a bit difficult to tell, especially with how short this track is. And just how much chaos is going on right now with 15 cars out on the racing surface. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump back up into live as we're going to continue racing here at Eldora in not too much time. It's good to know, Dave. I didn't know that 3 and 4 would be one of the best places to sit. As we're now green flag here at Eldora once more on lap number 17 of 50. Lap 25, there's going to... Oh, man, there's already a huge wreck. That's the number 38 spun down, and the caution comes out once more. I can definitely tell you where that one happened. Give me 1 second to get a better camera angle. Alrighty, we got a good camera angle right here. We can see what goes on right now as we follow along with the number 38 of Sean Howell and the number 81 of Jeremy Jones. Alright, we're here on lap number 17. So we go through here, and it looks like 38 goes in, and 81 just turns him. Doesn't look intentionally, takes out a lot of trucks there. Everyone almost involved is Ben Mcdonald. He got the worst end of that, it looks like. His truck, I imagine, is going to be struggling not only for power, probably have to go into the pits as well. So that is an unfortunate accident to happen, especially on a restart, where we saw that Jesse Atkinson was able to just fly away on that kind of start. Alright, as I said, there's not too much time left to go until we end up over with our race set for our stage breaks. So we're on lap number 21. Stage break is on 25, and that's when a lot of these guys are going to come in, not only for tires, but anything they can to make their trucks more survivable on this unforgiving racing surface. Let's see all the trucks here. We can get a bit better of a wide-angle shot here to really show off all the magnificent trucks we got out on track. There you go. You can see all those great colors. All of these paint schemes, fantastic. So make sure you check out all their different paint sponsors and who makes all of them to really get the best bet on who has the best paint. Alright, so before we go back to green, it looks like Jesse Atkinson is going to be starting from pole position with Brett Murphy on his outside. Brett Taylor is going to be up in third position right behind Jesse as the pace car lights are off. Ellis Wells starts fourth. Alex Fox is going to be in outside lane. Nope, inside lane. So he's going to be starting fifth. Alright, there it is. That is the pace truck off, and green flag, away we go here at Eldora once more. Jesse Atkinson onto a dominant start once more as they go 3 wide now through turns 1 and 2. You can see that Alex Fox on the bottom is along with the 23 of Brett Taylor. You can see all these guys trying to take different lines and changing up how they're doing, and I hear more crashing. Looks like they're able to hold together a little bit better. I say that, and that is the number 88 of Clint Spillman. Absolutely just taken out. We'll take a look at that as well, just to make sure we get the best camera angle possible. Alrighty, we have it right here. Let's open it back up so you guys can see this interesting wreck here. Follow along with that bright red truck. It looks like he's a little bit slow there. We're going to slow down time just a little bit here. He takes a very big dive down towards the bottom, I think trying to make an interesting move happen here. And it looks like the number 41 of Lucas Strayer gets involved with a collision with the wall. And then that ends up just turning him, which sends him back up the track very narrowly, missing. I believe that is... I'm not quite sure which truck that is. I need to memorize more of these paint schemes. But he takes out a lot of guys in that unfortunate accident, which is what has brought out our next caution. But we are now under stage break here at Eldora, which I think is going to make do to... My apologies, I just realized I was muted. Thank you very much for the subscription there. Convolve Racing, I appreciate it a lot. They must be racing at that Coda condition since he couldn't see. Yeah, that certainly looks like it. With how much smoke was and dirt was all up in the air, I'm not surprised that they were struggling. But this is the time where everyone has that chance to go in for tires and anything they want to fix up their trucks. But I don't know how many people took it. It doesn't look like a lot did. And it looks like Ben Mcdonald and Jeremy Jones were the only ones that took a pit stop in trying to make their race a little bit cleaner. Well, here on lap number 27 of 50, stage done. Let's see what happens here on this restart. Maybe they'll hold it together a bit better this time around. There it is, green flag, and away we go here at Eldora Speedway once more. A little bit of 3-wide action there in the back with Jeremy Jones and the 81 looking down. A bit more collisions as we enter turn number 1. And it looks like everyone holds it a bit better, and they're all doing some really intense racing there. Brett Murphy right now running that outside lane spin out of the number 23 of Brett Taylor. Looks like he's able to hold together a little bit better, and oh no, that's Jeremy Jones also. Looks like he's involved, and the caution comes out once again. Come on, guys, we had such a really good long run. What happened? Actually, looks like Jeremy Jones escaped. Let's see, who was that? I know Chris Sawyer was involved. Sean Howell? Yep, Sean Howell was involved. Oh, man, so many guys. All really competitive that all just got taken out there just because these guys are being super racy with these last 20 laps left to go. Super unfortunate, but that's the kind of stuff that happens. We saw it live there, so I'm not going to go back and take a look at that back, but that is rough. I think the person that this might be probably the most stressful on right now is Jesse. Currently, he has to keep doing these, top-class restarts. But, people just keep getting, wrecked and spun, so he has to keep doing this over and over. And he has Brett Murphy behind him trying to, do what he can. That is absolutely right, Dave. Cautions breed cautions. They do. We're going to see if they'll probably switch up to single file and not too long, I imagine, with how these have been going. Yep, I think this is the lap they do it right now as the lights on the pace truck are off. I think they've seen that it's just a bit rough for them now as we head now through the backstretch here at Eldora Speedway. Lap number 31 will be going into lap number 32 when we go back to green flag racing. Less than 20 to go here at Eldora as they all run that high line to hopefully get a better restart. Oh, looks like we're going to be going once more. It looks like they extended the caution once again. That is a common practice they've been doing here. Try to get a little more caution laps in and keep people all under control. Looks like right now bring up the rear of the field. Kevin Carter is not in the race anymore. Brett Taylor will be bringing up the rear. Clint Spillman, number 88, currently running that bottom lane. Interesting choice to be, but I think he might be just trying to stay out of anything that might hurt his truck right now. All right, well, with the pace truck off, that is green flag, and away we go. Here at Eldora, once again, it looks like I did not get my green flag animation this time. Brett Murphy trying to make a huge block there on the Alex Fox, who was already involved. Alex hit the wall. Once again, I hear more collisions, so it looks like everybody's able to keep it together a little bit better this time. Looks like that start helped out a lot. I say that, and Ben Mcdonald was into the wall. I believe Alex Fox was also heavily involved as the caution comes out again. Come on, we need to get this, big green flag run we had before going once again. All right, give me 1 second, and we'll be right back to see what brought out the caution. All right, I got it right here. Let's bring it up onto the in-game screen so you can see what's going on here. So currently we're following along with the number 31 of Alex Fox as he goes into the wall here. He just loses control, gets into the wall, which goes into Ben Mcdonald, and it looks like we just lost out of frame there. We'll bring it back. There we go. He gets into Ben, who spins around, that blows his engine, and it takes out Mitchell as well, who has also huge engine damage. Unfortunate. You gotta hate that this is the kind of stuff you see. It's not intentional either. This is not intentional wrecking that's bringing out these cautions. It just keeps happening because there's a lot of cars on track all bunched up together. Well, it looks like the person that is currently suffering this probably the least has to be Jesse Atkinson right now. I said that he's under some pretty serious threats from Brett Murphy and everybody else, but it looks like he's been able to handle it so far really well and has kept him out of the lead. Let's see who I can bring up right now. Looks like I can bring up... I don't want to bring up Jesse again. We'll give him a little bit more time. Oh, there we are. We're going back to green flag racing. Here we are at Eldora, hopefully for the last time. And we can finish out this race on a long green flag run here at Eldora. I already see you like using the emojis there from Vault Racing. I do appreciate it. Yeah. That's what we can, that's for sure. All right, Brett Murphy trying to take a little bit lower of a line, though. I think that's a bit more of an interesting choice, especially with Ellis Wells. The person that is, gunning for his position, even with damage, is still riding that high line into the wall, though. That is the main issue. You're going to see Jeremy Jones trying to stick it in the middle, hopefully to, recover and not allow that to happen. As Derek Stanley also running through, and looks like he's trying to split the lines a little bit more. Except for Clint Spillman, who is really splitting them right now, and with his fresh truck, is currently putting on a spectacular show. You can see how he's taking those moves and actually applying them there a little bit lower, and it's got him a position there. He's actually moved up, and he's got to watch that crossover. He doesn't take it. It looks like Derek Stanley has a lot of damage, and that's slowing down a lot. Is now Brett Taylor is going to be getting around from the outside lane. See Sean Howell, another guy that was involved in an earlier wreck, trying to see if he can get through, and it looks like that 26 machine is really struggling, but everybody else is as well, so we can't just give it as somebody. There's only one person struggling here. Another move down low, a lot of hits into the wall. You can already hear it. It is just so many guys. Even Jesse's struggling there with the wall as he rides up against it, and Brett trying to take the best approach he can by just staying out of it, as is Ellis. Honestly, that is a smart move. just staying out of the limelight if possible. You know, we know that top line is faster, but it's clearly dangerous. So if you're able to ride that middle to bottom lane, it is currently keeping people out of trouble. Brett Taylor, although, is going to be continuing to ride the high line as he now gets around Clint Spillman. What a move he was able to make there with just so much speed from the high lane. You know, that's the thing you got to watch out for. Those two getting very close there. There's a pass through once more. Sean Howell now hoping to see if he can get by the number 26, although he's riding into Law now. Yeah, man. You know, they have equal amounts of damage almost, and I think that's keeping them very competitive with each other here in the last couple of laps here at Eldora. A little bit more racy now as we enter turns 3 and 4 as a whole bunch of them are together. That's the 38 getting into the 26 just a tiny bit, but he's able to get by and has made the pass done. That's Sean Howell up into 7th position. But he's got to watch out for that crossover from the 26, but I just don't think he has the speed. Ellis Wells. Nope, that's not Ellis. Who was that? Brett Taylor? Nope. Don't know who that was. Saw somebody around it. It might have been Matthew. No? Okay. We'll look back for it later. Anyway, Jesse Atkinson continues to lead here at Eldora with the last couple of laps. Not too much time left in the session to go, so I think he's right now trying to put the pedal to the metal to make sure they can finish not one lap from 50. This half-mile circuit has clearly proved a challenge for the 25 laps here that you have seen for this main feature, but they've been able to do it as the caution comes out once more here at Eldora. And give me a moment, I'm going to go see what the caution was for. So this is an interesting caution here. This is just a car stuck on track, so we're going to have to see how this one really played out here. We'll bring it up on screen now. You can see this is Lucas Strada here in the number 41 Toyota Tundra. He comes down entering turn number 3, loses control of the car just a little bit there. You can see, you know, the rear just escapes from him, and he just spins around and stays up high. I think he's trying to, you know, stay out of the way of everybody by running up there, but he just remains here for a very long time, which I think brings it out, especially as Brett Taylor crashes into him, and that brings out your caution there, and more guys slowing down to avoid it as well. What a race it has been. It's been so far quite eventful here with the TNT Dirt Derby Tuesday Night Truck League. I think they're going to really have to try to pull it together here for this last shootout to the white flag, as it looks like Jesse Atkinson and Brett Murphy, along with Ellis Wells, are going to be your main competitors for a title win. But basing how Jesse has led just about every single lap here, if he has not led every single lap, it's got to be lap 1 he didn't lead. So, yeah, I think it's fair to say that Jesse has essentially dominated this race. But Brett and Ellis have put up good fights to stay up out front, and so far it's paying off. They got to be mindful, though, because it looks like Jeremy Jones and Brett Taylor are going to be the ones to watch out for to try to take away those positions. We head back into in-game as we're under green flag conditions for one final time here at Eldora. We see there now is Brett Murphy got a little bit loose, but he was able to hold it. As now Jeremy Jones dives down, trying to get a podium finish. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it in these last 2 laps. Ellis Wells kind of stuck out to the outside now. We're going to see if that's going to benefit him. We know that outside lane's a bit faster. You can see a bit of contact there. It's the white flag now. I don't think they're going to stop for anything. 81 is clear so far. He's got that 3rd place position. More contact between him and the 51. This is a really big fight for 3rd position. 81 sticks it down low. Is he going to be able to get by Brett? He and Brett are looking side by side now as they escape turn number 4. Brett gets it in 2nd position. Jesse Atkinson was able to win the race. Jeremy Jones got 3rd position. Ellis Wells finishes 4th. Derek Stanley 5th. Mitchell Muma finishes in 6th position. Brett Taylor 7th. Sean Howell in 8th. Chris Sawyer 9th. Matthew Oliveira 10th. 11th goes to Clint Spillman, not Chris, my apologies. And sadly, finishing from the pits is going to be Strayer, Fox, Mcdonald, Carter, and apparently myself. But what a race we just saw here at Eldora with the Dirt Derby. The TNT Dirt Derby. Honestly, it's been a fantastic race that we've seen. You know, we had that really big, long stretch of cautions, but other than that, these guys were able to really hold it together and got themselves a great finish, and that was a great, you know, race finish that we saw between Jones and Murphy, trying to compete for that win. All right, now, before we head into our final positions, let's bring up my interview screen. Hello, everybody. Good to see you once again. Let's bring up Jeremy Jones, who finishes up in 3rd. Apologies once again, just a little bit more difficult. I do encourage anyone that is racing to move up into the waiting room. If you're in the podium position, we'll get that figured out a little bit better later. Where did I bring him? Come on. Oh, am I just bringing up the wrong people at this point? I am. Okay. Very cool. All right, we got your top 3 up here in the waiting room. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. All right, let's bring up Jeremy Jones up into the booth. Jeremy, it's no up in the booth. You just finished 3rd position. How are you feeling?
I had to work for that one.
That is a bit of an understatement. That was a blast to the finish.
Yeah, I mean, when I got caught up in that first wreck and I blew my motor, I was like, man, I just squandered away a chance to finish top 3, and I just kept working at it. I just kept missing the crashes, and then when I finally got back to 5th, I was like, okay, I got a chance. And plus, when they went single file, I was like, okay, I've been to a lot of dirt races, so normally when single file works, it works to the advantage for the guy behind him, because I can sit there and see the leader take off. And as soon as I saw him fire, I gunned it, and then me and Brett, we were just sitting there racing pretty hard for 3rd, and it was just that was very exciting, because I thought I clipped him there at the end, but he got me by a bumper.
You were very close at the end there. That was fascinating to watch. I had that on stream, so everyone got to see that fantastic finish between you two. I'm surprised you didn't get it. I mean, with how hard you were pushing and how you were able to get by Ellis, and what a show you were able to put on. Finally able to come into a podium spot. Are you proud of it?
I'm definitely proud of it. It's like I said, I don't run dirt a whole lot. I mean, I've just dabbled into it in the last 6 months, and I'm a short track guy. I've always been short track, and like I said, I've got my buddies on the dirt side that's helped me a lot. They've sit there, they've gone into races, they've actually spotted for me in a couple of 305 wins that I've had, and they're like, once you get it down, they're like, you're gonna be a threat on dirt. And I was like, yeah, but I just like my short track, because that's where I grew up.
I gotcha. Well, clearly, so far these these dirt short tracks have proved successful for you so far, and this is going to be a good points take home here in the Tuesday Night Truck League. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah. I do appreciate it. Congratulations on the podium. Is there anyone you want to thank over at home once again?
I mean, I got my teammates. I got Mitch. I've got Chris, Derek. I think they kind of leaned on me a little bit, because I have some dirt experience. Well, me and Mitch have dirt experience. And then just my other team from the dirt side, Sub-Zero. I mean, without those guys, I would have never finished 3rd in a league race, because I mean, the last couple of weeks have just been absolute trash for me, and of getting caught up in wrecks, and then it just being out of my element. But without those guys on the dirt side, I probably wouldn't have finished 3rd today.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure that they're all very proud of you. Congratulations once again on the podium finish.
All right, appreciate it, man.
That was Jeremy Jones, your 3rd place finisher. Let's bring up your 2nd place finisher here, Brett Murphy. Brett, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
Yeah, what's up?
You just got yourself a huge battle for the 2nd place position, and you took it. How are you feeling?
Oh my god, I've never been so happy to finish 2nd. Honestly, I was going into this race hoping that I would just survive, because I knew that once the track was starting to get more slick, that I wouldn't have anything for grip. And then I just managed to hang on because everyone else was dying out there. But Yeah, that last lap battle, I've never wheeled it so hard in my life.
You could see it up from the broadcast how much your guys' tires were moving back and forth. Jeremy really wanted that position from you, and he was doing everything he could to try and take it, but you both were battling so hard, and congratulations on getting it. I mean, what a race to the end.
Yeah, I think I had probably the two worst last laps of my life here. And the fact that I was able to just barely hold on that last corner, like I was just hoping that when he got to my inside that we didn't wreck. And overall, it was a pretty good day.
Well, it clearly showed as you were able to finish in a great podium spot, and that is going to be another big points boost for your points in this series. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, that's the biggest thing I'm focused on. I know as of right now, I'm kind of like flirting with that cut line, and I want to make the playoffs for my own league. So, it's the pressure's on because there's a lot of talented drivers that are in this group. So, to be able to run up kind of towards the front, it really is like a big confidence booster because there's a lot of great people in this league.
There really is, and I think that little bit of a last battle we saw at the end absolutely shows it. Congratulations on getting that second. I know it's a bit weird to say it, but you absolutely earned it.
Yeah. Oh my God. If Jesse wasn't there to think that would have been the battle for the win, oh, it makes me ecstatic.
Man, what a great showing. Now, I do have to ask two last questions. One of them is, how are you going to celebrate that position?
That's a great question. I'm gonna start practicing for next week.
I see your man right to the point and wants to make sure he takes home this championship. I got it. And my last question is who do you have to thank over at home?
Oh, thanks of course as always to NS Service, Strength House Gym, Highfields Golf Club, Bodeborg Boston, and MDKallday.com. They all hop on my truck every week, so it's always great to have them. And EcoFuel. And then thanks to everybody that shows up in this league. I can't be more grateful. And then thanks to you for coming out and broadcasting.
Glad to do it. Thank you very much for your time, Brett. I do appreciate it. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Brett Murphy, who finished second position with a huge battle at the end with Jeremy Jones. All right, we're going to bring up your race winner, Jesse Atkinson. Jesse, did I interrupt you this time?
I was counting down until you pulled me in, and I was on 1.
Well, you were pretty close at least.
Yeah.
Well, you just got yourself an extremely dominant win. You led every single lap or close to it?
I don't know. I think I led every single lap. Yeah, because I beat, I forgot who was in first, but I beat him out on the start, so.
Well, I know that it wasn't really a competition for anybody to know if you were going to win. Are you proud of your win that you just got, even though, you did dominate?
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty proud of it. I've never raced NASCAR trucks on dirt, so this was just a learning experience, I guess.
I'm sorry, you've never raced them on dirt?
No, I refuse to.
Oh, here, hold on. You're super loud apparently in my stream. I gotta turn down you just a bit more.
Oh, Pog?
There we go.
Whisper.
Okay. Let me know, Chad, if he's still gonna blow out your eardrums. I appreciate you saying something. But, wow. I mean, still, what a performance you put on. A best lap of 17.8? That is insane.
Gonna thank Glenda for that one.
Yes, Glenda, the driver of the 127, and definitely not you, Jesse.
No.
Well, how did Glenda do it? What was that key piece that allowed her to win? Sorry.
My engines just blew. Okay, well, during obviously like the first 20 some laps when it wasn't slick at all, the top was pretty dominant. I just ran that, or she ran that as hard as she could, and during the caution fest during the midpoint of the race, I think it was like lap 33 to like lap 42. I just couldn't find a rhythm. I wasn't able to pull away a lot, and then just like sometime around lap 40 or 42, I just started getting into this rhythm. I pulled a massive gap on Brett, and she pulled I am Glenda. I'm sorry, don't hurt me.
It's almost like you're the same person.
I know, right? I can't take credit for Glenda's driving. Yeah, then she, found a rhythm, started pulling a massive gap, I think. I don't even know how big the gap was. I'm just assuming a lot.
Oh, it was a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I just pulled that massive gap, and then finally that one caution. I just at the end, I was like, man, I could feel the sweat dripping down my into my headset, and I was just like, this is gonna be fun. But
Well, clearly
Agreed.
all paid off as you got yourself a fantastic race win with a dominant car. Who do you have to thank over, with your team or anybody else here tonight for that fantastic race win?
yeah, I gotta thank Adrius Simsport Atkinson Designs for the sexy Barbie paint. ERA Simsport 2K Racing Glenda, obviously. Myself for being here. And yeah, thank you for broadcasting. Obviously, I always enjoy it when you broadcast, and gotta thank TNT for putting up these races, especially a dirt race. I loved it.
All right, Jesse. Well, thank you very much for your time, and once again, congratulations, and I hope you party hard.
Oh, I will. Me and Glenda, we just gotta remember, Barbie does not stand on her own.
Exactly. All right, Jesse. Thank you very much, and congratulations once more.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was the 127 Jesse Atkinson, who dominated this race and was able to get himself a super high finishing position and a great race win at that. All right, let's run through your final order one more time here with the TNT Dirt Derby. All right, so finishing first, that is going to be Jesse Atkinson in the 127 machine. Behind him, Brett Murphy. Jeremy Jones in third. Fourth goes to Ellis Wells. Fifth, Derek Stanley. Sixth, Mitchell Muma. Seventh, Brett Taylor. Eighth goes to Sean Howell. Ninth goes to Chris Sawyer. 10th goes to Matthew Oliveira. 11th goes to Clint. I keep wanting to say Chris. I'm so sorry, Clint. Clint Spillman. 12th goes to Lucas Strayer. 13th to Alex Fox. It looks like there's a bit of a redundancy somewhere on the post race there. It's a bit odd. Anyway, then we go to 14th, Ben McDonald. 15th, Kevin Carter. So that is going to be your finishing positions here at the Dirt Derby at Eldora. Honestly, what a great race. We saw a huge battle at the end for second position. It was impressive, to say the least. Honestly, huge bite. It's so cool to watch. And I want to thank TNT for putting on such a great event here at Eldora. And I want to thank all of you, chat, for watching so far on this bit of a shorter stream than I'm used to, only an hour in length. So make sure you tune in next week so that you can join in at the next race here at TNT. Thank you very much for the follow there, Brady. I appreciate it. So I'll see you guys then. If you want to watch some more racing action, you can check out the VODs also over on my channel. And you can also check out the CASCAR streams, which come out on Sundays. So until next time, I'll see you guys next week or on Sunday. And this has been Noah Walter here on twitch.tv/4cloak. I want to thank you once again to Pierce Graphics for putting together our overlays.